House light. The light has left. Turn yours on, please, as well. Turn it this way. That's good. I see a bit of light. You can hear me and see me. Put a number 9 in the chat. You can hear me and see me well. If you can hear me and see me well, put a number 9 in the chat. If you can hear me and see me, put a number 9 in the chat. I don't understand how I have people who are clearly viewing and on, and I ask for participation to make sure that you guys can hear and see me, and there's no participation. Like, it happens often. So, I know there's a lot of people who I have blocked who still make other accounts and still follow this page, who so-called don't necessarily agree, but still watch. I think that's crazy. So if you are one of those persons, please exit. Please exit. If you've unsubscribed, but you're still coming back, like to troll or be nosy, whatever it is, please exit. Don't have time for games. If you are of the religious sect, okay, and you have a one-track mind, you are narrow-minded, your mind is still in religious bondage, please exit. This message is not for you. I'm not here to play games today, or any day really, but especially not today. Okay, Ruth, thank you. Welcome. Patricia Moore, welcome. Thank you. Thank you. So again, if you are of the religious sect, this is not for you. If you are a womb man, okay, who does not know who she is, and you don't want to know, this message is not for you. Please exit. If you think that you came from man and you are a womb man, this message is not for you. Please exit now. Okay. So, It's the so-called New Year according to this Gregorian calendar. Okay, and according to who they call Father of Chronos, Father of Time, who rules the planet of Saturn. Okay, who's got us locked into this 3D matrix. Okay, and people are talking their shit, talking about what they're gonna do different, and all these new things and new beings that they're going to become. In this change of a year, and I just find it quite comical. I sit back and observe, and I see the same people saying the same shit year after year, and nothing changes. And most importantly, they're not awakened. Okay. We are in a very crucial time. And as I have said in my previous, some of my previous messages, um, the divine feminine and the matriarchy that was here before the patriarchy is being restored. Except there's a difference. The matriarchy is not about women ruling over men. I'll say it again. The matriarchy was not about womb men ruling over man. Unlike this patriarchy that we've been living in for far too long, that has suppressed divine love. Okay? Justice and truth. All the sweet things, the good things. The matriarchy is about the womb man and the man that comes from her living in perfect balance and harmony. The matriarchy is about the womb man and the man that comes from her, who she births into this world, whose body she builds in her womb, living in perfect harmony and balance. That's what it's about. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Absolutely. Ma'at, peace. Divine reflection, Jermo, Ali, peace. That's what it's about. And that's returning. Whether you like it or not, whether you agree or not, it doesn't matter. That's what was here. That's what was established long before the patriarchy, and it's going to return. Everything is returning back to the way that it is supposed to be. Things are being flipped right side up. This is not a time for games. It really isn't. And this is not a time for competition between womb men and men. You were the first man, womb man. You're not a woe man. You are a man that has a womb. I would encourage you to go and look at the anatomy of self and then look at the anatomy of man. It's modeled after your anatomy. So until you know thyself, womb man, and know thy place, womb man, there will continue to be a gross imbalance. And to the men, to the kings, to the manifestors, we need you to do what you were created to do. And that is primarily protect the womb man. I was speaking to someone that I was very much so in love with back in the day. He was the first grown man that I had ever had a relationship with. I was very green. I did everything late. I was very, very, very reserved. Um, he was about 9 years my senior, but we clicked and we meshed. And he was my first example outside of my father of what a man should look like, how he should think and behave. And I loved him. I was so in love with him. And no one could ever touch me or hurt me. And he know about it. And they get away with it. I was completely protected. And I was very blessed to um, be reared at a time where men were still protectors. I think a bit after my generation, that just kind of went out the window. And now it's far few and in between. And now the melanated woman, the melanated womb man, the original womb man can be dragged, can be abused, can be disrespected, can be dishonored by not only the men outside, inside of her community or who are part of her, but other men. We've seen Asian men put our women, our womb men, in chokeholds and jump them with brooms and other kinds of tools, falsely accuse them of things. I did a video on a sister who was in her land of South Africa, and this Asian man had her handcuffed in her own land. Excuse me. And this was on my other page, other channel, Mahogany Speaks Truth. And do you want to know what the men of her land were doing while she was handcuffed in her land by a visitor? They were yelling at him to unhandcuff her. And do you want to know what that Asian man was doing, what that man was doing? He was walking around with not a care in the world. It was as if they weren't even talking to him. Because he knew that there were no consequences and there were no repercussions. That I can come in your land, I can come into your neighborhood, I can come wherever your women and children are, I can do whatever the hell I want to do to them, and you're not going to do a damn thing about it, except video. Except video, and put it on World Star. Maybe yell like that brother was doing, making idle threats. That was your primary responsibility. You were created to protect her by any means necessary. And this is the hard truth. But you wonder why. My brother was saying, oh, you women, you all don't need anybody anymore, and you're successful and you're doing this, and the men aren't needed anymore. That's what you tell yourself. As long as we exist, we need you to be who you were created to be. Our protector. We never not want to be protected. I don't care how successful we are. We should always be protected at any and every cost because we are the life givers. We are the immunization. We are the example of the divine feminine, of divine love, of justice, of truth, and wisdom. That's why in the scripture, wisdom is always referred to as a she. So get back to what I was talking about with this brother that I was so in love with and who was so in love with me. And I tell you, that thing, it changed me. It really changed me. It gave me a sense of great stability and security. Just knowing that my man was there to protect me and that he would do it without thinking twice and that he could do it and do it successfully. Then I can operate in my role. That I don't have to do double time. That I don't have to do both. That's the man that he was conscious before I was conscious. The things that I know now, he was talking to me about many years ago. So I'm speaking to him the last evening because we always keep in contact. Again, that was when I was probably a good 18 years old. I first met him. And we still keep in contact. We've always kept in contact because we're friends and have never been intimate. Talking about some profound true love. So I was talking to him and I was letting him know about our movements and the things that, we were, the challenges that we were having as we were moving around. I was telling him how it was for us to get through Germany, and, us being harassed, and how, they were speaking to my son, and how, I was really ready to F some stuff up when you're messing with my son. And he was like, oh, well, you probably should just, comply and just, wear the muzzle, although, it bothers you because, it's probably just best. And when he said that, my heart broke into so many pieces because the lion is now old and asleep. Who shall arouse him? Who shall wake him up so that he can assume his role of protection again? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. We were the dynamic duo. He knows what this is all about, and now that he's convinced himself that, oh, I just do this, I just put it on just so others can feel comfortable. Now, I want you guys to really learn to look at things in a more spiritual way. Look at the symbolism, to dissect what I'm saying. It's more than just about a muzzle. I want to know in the comments who gets what I'm saying thus far. Because sometimes things can't easily be articulated, but we have this connection where we don't have to say too much, but we get it. This is beyond wearing a muzzle. It should have been right on, beloved. I got you, beloved. I'm here to protect you, beloved. It was none of that anymore. It was comply, beloved. And that thing broke my heart because I see it all around in our community as it relates to the womb man and the man. How the womb man is not protected and she has no refuge. She has no refuge. And I need you all to wake up. And I need you to assume your position because in this shift, we need you. As we are being put back in our rightful place, there are entities that initiated this patriarchy. They don't want to see that happen. They don't want to see the matriarchy reestablished, the divine love, us returning back to our light selves, being light, being able to function in the now. When we function in that way, we're no longer slaves of the matrix, and the matrix is immediately dismantled. When the divine feminine and masculine, electricity and magnetism comes together, the negative and the positive, it is the most powerful force. It is the most powerful force that can't be F with. And they know that. That's what we used to have before the separation. It shouldn't matter how much you don't like her and what grudges you have against her. None of that should matter. None of that should stop you from protecting her with your very life. Vice versa. But man, that's what you were created to do. And to go back to what my brother was telling me, and he believed this thing in his heart that we don't need our men. It's a lie. It's one of the biggest lies that have ever been told because we always need you. It's the way that we were created and designed. We always need one another. There will never be a time where we don't need one another. We just want to know that we can put our guards down. And that when we do, that you will be there to successfully assume your divine role. That's all we want to know. So it's not that we don't want to, it's that we feel like we cannot. And the world wants to call us angry. They want to call us angry because we have the weight of the universes upon our shoulders. You think it's easy to rear an entire family on your shoulders? You think it's easy for the womb man to do that? She has no time to rejuvenate herself. She has no time to give herself self-love. She has her time to calm herself down to collect herself, to be, to just be. She has no time for that because she has the weight of the world on her shoulders. Waking up in the wee hours of the morning, whether it's to nurse the child or children, or to get up and go to work, and then come home and interact with the children, to teach them, cook dinner for them, make sure that they eat. Maybe she can read to them, maybe if she has time. Take a quick shower, put everybody to bed, put herself to bed, and then she wakes up and does the shit all over again by herself. And I don't give a damn what she has done. There should never be anything that she can do to make you neglect your responsibility, to make sure that you're taking care of your seed that you placed in her womb willingly. I've seen men come up with all types of excuses. You give a woman $50 and you accuse her of misappropriating funds. Are you kidding me? Stop it. Look at the other side. And if she don't love herself, teach her. That's your job. When she's too low, when she's down on the ground, reach out your hand and pick her ass up. When she feels like she's nothing and she doesn't have any more to give anybody, when she feels like she has no life left in her, you speak life into her. That's your job. Vice versa. That's what they are afraid of. When we create this cosmic bond that cannot be broken, of what we had before, when we create that bond, it's over, and they know it. So they keep us hating each other for trivial, immature bullshit. You see, the other nations, they don't let trivial, stupid bullshit get in between their goals. When they wanted to take over this shit, they did it together, and it didn't matter whether they liked each other or not. But of course, we operate differently. We really do have this cosmic, divine, beautiful love for one another. That's why we put up with so much, because we put up with a lot too. I've seen it in my own family. I've seen it with myself. Womb men just putting up with a lot of disrespect from the man because she loves him. And sometimes, and too often, she loves him more than she loves herself. You don't have to love him more than you love yourself. Just love him as you love yourself, and love her as you love yourself. And if you don't love yourself, love her the way that you would want yourself to be loved, and vice versa. The matriarchy is going to be restored, and there's going to be resistance. There is resistance. And so we need you the manifestors. We need you, the sons, SUNs. We need you to assume your rightful place. Get over the trivial, immature, low vibrational, nitpicky bullshit. This is for us to assume our rightful place together in beautiful balance and harmony. No man should be able to put his hands on your womb, men. Not a soul, not a being, and not an entity. She should not have to lift a finger to protect herself when you are there. And our men have resorted to filming our abuse. Look at what they doing, y'all. Look at what they doing to her, y'all. And you sitting right there witnessing it. Who shall wake up the sleeping lion? Somebody please tell me. Where they at? Where they at? Beepa, I actually need some admins. You are not welcome. Trolls. I tell you, trolls. Okay. Peace and love, zeal and throne. Okay, so Ruth, that's what Adam named us females. Okay, we're gonna have to go into. I can't even get in. Well, female. First of all, do you know what female means? Now we have to understand that the English language is coded. And we have to know that we existed before Adam and Eve. Word? It's right there in Genesis. But y'all don't hear me though. Okay, Patricia Moore. Sister, you are so right. Man lost all respect for women. It hurts my heart. It really does. It's not the way that it's supposed to be. We are out of order. We've got so many other enemies that dedicate their entire existence to keep us apart, to keep us in the dark about who we truly are. And then we're sitting up here fighting amongst one another. And truly, it be on some bullshit. But you got others taking over the world, putting their differences aside. And don't you even think about touching a hair on the heads of their womb men. Don't even think about it. We have sank to an all-time low. We really have. That's why so many of us will not make it. The earth is tired. I know you just think the earth is just this inanimate object, right? That you just live on and or within. You just think the sun is just this luminous object in the sky. You think it has no intelligence? Think it has no awareness? Okay. The wise wear the muzzle. What are you talking about, Ruth? The wise wear the muzzle. What are you talking about? I want to make sure I understand what you're saying. Okay. Bye, Ruth. Lord have mercy. Hey, BB. How are you? How are you? Zeal and throne. I agree, sister. Well said. It's even more frustrating when we know how much power we have, yet many of our people choose to stay in the low vibration reality. Absolutely. But those are the ones that stay in the low vibrational frequency and reality. They have no idea about who they are. None. And it's quite evident. And then you got people on here like Ruth talking about it's a time to where the wise wear the muzzle. So I guess you guys don't know that rituals are being performed on a daily concerning that, right? Oh, okay. So the wise wear it, right? Right? The wise. So they put it on, right? To walk into a place to eat dinner. Have you been out to dinner lately? So you'll put it on and you'll go out to dinner and you put it on and then you sit at your table and you eat your food, you take it off. So I guess the boogeyman knows that you are eating and drinking and decides to let you do that in peace. Get the out of here. You just performed a ritual. Whether you like it or not. Really? The wise? Really? A droplet is what? How small is it? What's the size of the pores in your muscle? Where's your logic and your reasoning? Oh, the boogeyman says to little children, "Oh, uh, I'm sorry, I know you're a child, so yeah, you're all right." Oh, I know you smoking that cigarette, so you all right. Why you smoking that cigarette? Yeah. Okay, so you eating right now. Okay, I know you all right. You all right. Okay. Okay, we just gonna hold up for a minute. Get out of here. You don't belong on this page. This channel is not for you. Talking about the wise. These are the people that we have around us. Talking about the wise. Oh God, I'm so over it and I'm tired. Okay? I am over it and I'm tired. There will be a day where I will never ever come back on this platform. And it's coming soon. I'm so sick of it. The low vibrational ones. I'm so glad that the shift is here. I'm glad. I'm glad that low vibrational beings have a time limit. I'm so glad that their days are numbered. I'm tired and the earth is tired. You gave it nothing. Did you think you were just here to just suck up prana, eat, and excrete, and then just and that's it, and just continue to operate like that? That's why you think you're here? So men, kings, we need you to take your rightful place. We need you to take your rightful place and protect the womb man. That is why you were created. Not a hair on her head should be touched in your presence. Take your rightful place. Be in balance and harmony with us. We are not your enemy. We are you. You are me. We are we. You are me. I am you. We are we. You're my divine reflection, and I'm yours. And that's the way we need to rock and ride and roll. Period. No questions asked. Period. Put the trivial shit aside. Period. Doesn't matter what she did the other day. Get your emotions in control. You're operating in the lower part of yourself. You can't even control your emotions. You still mad about some stuff she did a week ago. See the deeper picture. Okay, BB. Hey, DC. Hey, DC. Welcome. Peace and love. BB. Okay. Hey, girlfriend. I'll be in Tanzania. Okay, Saturday. I'm so excited. I see you doing well and looking great. Thank you, BB. I'm so happy for you. So may you have beautiful travels to Tanzania, and may it be everything that you ever fathomed. Truly, truly, truly. So yeah. Um, that's what I came on here to say, is that our men, they're crumbling. Our men have left us and they have abandoned us. And this is not to initiate, a back and forth about, oh, well, we ain't here because the woman did this and the one, again, low vibrational. I just need you to hear what I am saying. Understand it. Understand it. Stand firm on it and overstand it. Have an overall comprehension of what I am trying to relay to your heart and to your mind, to your soul. I said we need you. I said that you are our first protector and we need you to assume your role. I said, I don't care how successful we are. We need you. We have to be in balance with you. That is the way that we were created. That is my message. And it doesn't matter. None of the trivial things matter. Nothing happened yesterday or even 10 minutes ago matters. None of that can ever and should ever stop you from being who you were created to be to that womb man. And that is her protector. That's my message to you. Now, if you want to take this and try to justify your absence, justify your neglect, you're neglecting your divine role, this message was not for you and you're not ready for it. This is not a tit for tat. I'm trying to speak to your heart and I'm trying to restore the cosmic balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And I'm asking you to hear me. Zill enthroned at BB. Enjoy TZ, praying you find peace, healing there. Absolutely. I concur. DC, love your enlightenment and words of wisdom. I'm afraid our men abandoned us thousands of years ago. It has been a steady decline, DC, and we have to restore it. We have to restore it. It has been a steady decline, and it's so deplorable when I saw a sister being beaten by a man. Okay. And oh, he wasn't melanated, and it doesn't matter. But, but then again, yes, it does. Okay. Either way, she shouldn't be abused by anybody, whether they look like us or not. But this man was not melanated, and he was punching this sister like he should a man that was trying to harm him. And this happened somewhere in the South, and some of you all may recall. And it was over a parking spot. It was over a parking space. And I'm sure you guys can can look it up. I'll put it in the comments once I find it. But the point is, he was like hammering her with his fist. And the brother was there, and he was videoing it. Her own brother sat there and watched her get beat down. That's sick. It's really sick. That thing made me literally sick. That's how low we have, we have sunk to. Like, that's the level of utter stupidity that we have sunk into. So you can put it on World Star. And I do have a message for the womb man, because I have seen some things when some brothers have stepped up. And again, brothers, this is not all of you, but it's too many. It's too many. And those of you all who do have your heads on straight and who do know your role, who do know that you are to protect the womb man at any and all cost, and you know your homeboy doesn't quite get that, it is your job to get him in line. That's your job. But the brother was videoing this, and I guess he wanted to put it on World Star. Now, brothers, men, you need to process that, because there's been multiple situations where the womb man has been abused by her own men and other men outside of her community. But then the other men, the other brothers, are sitting there and they're looking on and watching it. And you think that she's supposed to feel like she can trust you. She's supposed to feel like she can put her guard down. Does that type of behavior foster that type of trust? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Gracie Griffiths, most Black British men born of Caribbean parents mostly don't marry their so-called baby mother. Well, then there's the broken family. That's a whole other one that we'll get into. Whew. Because all of that was strategically planned and executed. And this is why this is where we are. This is where we are. And it's sad. We are not going to be able to restore our nation until we first restore our family and put them back in balance. Until we call a truce on the gender war between the pair of us. Because we are one. Literally. Spiritually, that's what we are. One. We're having a universe experience. But the goal is, even through this experience as a universe, as an individual, we're supposed to find our way back. And that's what I'm asking us to do, to find our way back into balance with one another. We cannot trust you if we are being abused. And we look and we see you looking on, videoing it instead of intervening. We can't trust you. We can't. And that may be one of the reasons why I see a lot of our sisters going outside and looking for that in other men, because they're not getting that from the men in our community. There's no excuse that you can give to watch a womb man be abused and you stand by and do nothing. There's no excuse. I have seen women come to the defense of other women being abused far more than the men who were created to be the ones to do it. They were created to be the protectors. If we don't, Gracie Griffiths, if we don't learn to unite, we can't stand. It's true. Asphora Prillin. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Um, that's most Black men everywhere. Oh, don't marry. Well, again, I guess you're talking about not marrying the woman, the womb man that they have procreated with. Yeah. Um, Again, that was strategically planned and executed, and we continue to perpetuate it gladly and willingly. But I want to speak to the hearts, and I'm going to end on this. I'm speaking to the hearts of the warriors. I'm speaking to the hearts of the kings, of the lions. And this is a clarion call for you to awaken to your divine position as a protector. This is a clarion call to get in balance with the womb man. And let's be in perfect harmony. And allow the womb man to assume her rightful divine cosmic role as the divine feminine, as divine love, as truth, as justice, as wisdom. She wants to be hidden. She doesn't want to have to be out in the open and being the one to confront danger at every turn and corner by herself. She doesn't want to do that. She shouldn't have to do that. Allow her to stop doing that. When the womb men are healthy, the nation is healthy. When the womb men are healthy, the nation is healthy. That's what I have to say. So those that have an ear, let them hear. And again, like I said, this was not for those who are still colonized in their minds by religion. This is not for the womb man who still thinks that she came from man. Who thinks that she's beneath him. You know, I've been in so many religions before I got to where I am. Like I said, the one thing about me through all of the religions that I indulged in to get to where I am, it was necessary for me in my path. The one thing I never stopped doing when I was in Catholicism and Christianity and um, the whole Hebrew camps and all of that, been there, done that, is I never stopped searching for the truth. I never stopped. The universe knows when your heart is being sincere. And so when I kept knocking at the door of truth, it always opened for me. When I kept seeking truth, because obviously I knew that what I was in was not, I found it. I've never been happier. And I'm so grateful. I was in religious sects that felt like women couldn't even speak, where they had to write down their questions on pieces of paper and pass them up to men for them to ask them. The foolishness. Don't know who they are. I've seen men in these religions treat women like pure trash. The deplorable things that they say about the one who brought them into this existence and call themselves holy, high men. And the women believe it. Know thyself. Know thyself. Know thyself. It is the greatest commandment. Know thyself. Not what somebody told you that you should be. Search for it on your own, beloved. In here. Right here. Know thyself. So, that's what I have to say. I bid you all the power of knowledge. I bid you all the power of knowledge. Not parakeeting. Even the things that I say, you have to search for the truth yourself. Stop being little parakeets where you hear someone say something and then you go and you parakeet it and you continue to speak it just because someone else said it without confirming it yourself. You've got to stop doing that. Everything that I speak about, I have locked myself in rooms and houses for days upon days and weeks upon weeks and even some months where I didn't even leave my house and I sat with myself and I searched for the knowledge. That's doing the work. Not just listening to what someone has said and then I go and I parakeet it just because someone said it. That's laziness. And we have a habit of doing that. And we have to stop that. You have to put in your work. You have to. And I tell you what, those that spend their entire lives or that spend any part of their lives trolling on other people's pages, whether YouTube hires them or this is something that they think is funny and cute, or they're possessed by an entity, it's really sad, but it's comical. That's a reflection of the state of your life. That you go around on people's pages who are delivering important divine messages and you spam their comments, you troll their comments. We feel very sorry for you. Very sorry for you. And moving right along. So that's what I have to say, beloveds. Okay, so I bid you divine knowledge. Okay, I bid you the power of knowledge. And first, knowledge of self. Okay, peace, love, and always light, because that's who you truly are. All right, so if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to look one last time and see. And then that's it. So let me see here. Okay, so I don't see any new comments, but again, divine, love, light. Okay, I bid you peace and the power of knowledge, and first, knowledge of self. We need you, brothers, our sons, our protectors. We need you, and we love you. Okay? Please know that. We need you, and we love you. All right, you guys. Till next time, be good.